Hi, welcome to Get Personal with Finance, and I'm excited to share with you the ultimate tool that I created to help answer the question, why is it that people are struggling to handle their finances? And how you can use this tool to better your finances today. So let's get started. So let's get personal with your finances. I mean, when people, as you can understand, again, our personal finances is very personal, right? We have a joke that, more people are more open about their sex life than they are about their finances. And so the reason being is because finances and putting everything on paper is intimidating, it's scary. It's what I can relate to is like that, that show, The Biggest Loser or something like that, when a person that's struggling with their weight and they go onto a scale and they see that number that just really resets their reality or brings to their reality that, oh my God, they have a weight problem and they need to do something with it. It's not that I think I know, and because I practice, this is what I do, is we struggle is when we don't know the information. And when it comes to our personal finances, we struggle because we don't have things organized. We don't have a tool to be able to clearly organize or map out or put all of our finances, to organize our finances. And what I mean by organizing our finances is it's beyond budgeting, but to understand our income, right? The money that comes in, and then where does that money flow, right? So, and so I call it the money flow and spending worksheet, and I'll probably change the name, I don't know, but the idea is to get you to go to use this tool and worksheet for you to understand your money habits, right? So, and empower you to make better decisions because of that. So again, it's really important that you take your finances seriously in a way that you're able to then inventory and account for your money, right? Again, money comes in through our sources of how we make money, right? And then where does that money flow? In what areas? And that's kind of where you can see everything. It's almost similar to, like, for example, if I can relate personal finance to health, which I do a lot. When it comes to personal health, a lot of it can be traced back to what? Nutrition and dieting, right? When it comes to personal finance, I can simply say it has to do with budgeting and savings. If you're not able to budget is basically just, okay, what am I gonna spend? Because you gotta plan, right? It's just like when you go into your car, you gotta know where you're going, right? And part of budgeting is helping you account for all of your spending right now. So right now, when you put together your monthly budget, you have a good idea of how much money you spend already, right? So, but beyond that, what are your priorities? So anyways, the tool that I created kind of puts all of that together to help you consciously think things through. So how it's designed or how it's built is, first, you gotta put down all of your income. And if you're starting off your finances like I was when I was in college, it's not that it's intimidating, but I feel like I'm shortchanging myself because my only income is, well, when I started, it was like I used to sell, candy door to door and having odd jobs and doing, like different projects for different people. But my income was kind of weak. And then I got money from the grants that I got from my school. So, but I don't have, investment income. I don't have any of these things. So, but this worksheet gets you to think about those things because it gets you to realize, wow, I'm not at my full potential, or I can really increase my income by adding, investment income, by doing a side hustle, by building a business, by being part of the gig economy where I'm freelancing. Anyway, so you would put all your sources of income, input all of that information there, and it gives you a total, and that is the start of it, right? Because it all starts with money in, and then now the magic is, or not the magic, but this is where it makes all the difference is how this money flows, right? Does it flow to things that are just non-productive, that's not gonna grow you or your finances or your future, or does it flow into areas that are purposely gonna really build you, right? So, and I have it designed in a way where I put the first category that the money would flow to, and it needs to be in this order, in my opinion, or at least it forces you to think about it. Because again, the idea is, if you can simply understand like the practice model, right, is make, save, spend. Don't make, spend, save, right? So the practice model is similarly here as you practice your finances, is pay yourself first. So money comes in, and then you gotta look at the category of paying myself first. And the categories are saving to build a solid foundation, saving towards my goals of paying down, my debt, have enough money to do a business startup, to buy a car, whatever it is. So you're always saving towards something, right? Don't save to save. That's like getting into a car to get into a car and starting the engine and not knowing where you're going. That makes no sense, right? And again, today with inflation being high, you got to put your money to work, right? Let's be honest. So there's that factor. And then passive, right? Part of paying myself first is I'm going to put some of that towards my passive investment, right? That's buying the into the index fund and let the markets do what the market do. But I'm a participant of the market, and I'm not someone that's from the sideline looking, that's sitting on the sideline and watching as our economy grows. I don't participate in any of that growth, right? So I'm going to put money into my passive investment allocation. I'm going to put money into my active investment allocation in terms of like to build my business, to something that is that it's going to require me to do actively, but that's something that's not a priority. Passive is the priority. And then I'm going to pay into my retirement account. And then there's other things as well too, which is, in my opinion, part of paying myself first is, again, paying down debt, starting a side hustle. But anything in that category of paying myself first, where I know that the money that I'm spending from the money that I make, it's going to go right back to building my future. That's going to make me be confident. It's going to give me savings. I mean, it's going to prepare myself for opportunities. It gives me a solid foundation. And then next to that, then your money flows to your spending and your expenses. So your spending is, the first category is, I call it the spend wisely category. And that's expenses that you got to consciously think about first and foremost, before anything, is where can I spend to build my value, my worth, my career, and my future, right? And so that's, towards your college degree, towards acquiring new skills, towards getting professional licenses. And for me was when I was in college, I practiced this. So before I graduated college, I already had my securities licenses, I had my insurance licenses, I was already doing real estate transactions. So it was, again, I was investing myself. So beyond graduating with a college degree, I also have licenses. I can call myself a broker. It's pretty cool. And again, I knew then that, just like every student that's there, just graduating wasn't enough, because look at all my peers, they're all doing the same thing. I got to do something beyond to make myself more valuable, so I can be more valuable in the marketplace, and which translates to I can solve more problems, I can sell products, solve problems, create something of value where therefore I can make more money, right? Increase my income. So that was really important. And then and at the same time, I was getting education about personal finance. I was learning about taxes, insurance, investing. And at the same time, I was also spending money to be part of professional associations. Like I'm part of the Financial Planning Association, and then the Accounting, International Accounting CPA Association. So like all these different associations, and then I belong to professional nonprofit organizations as well too, that is important to my personal development. So you see that, again, I'm spending money, but I'm spending money on me, that it can build my future. And so, and then the money flow will continue to then my living expenses, right? Where I think a lot of people jump right into, okay, I make money, and then I got to start to think about my living expenses. Yes, but again, you're young, and I think everybody's young in my opinion, doesn't matter what your age, but you always got to think about your future. It's something that my dad has ingrained in me that's really helped me build a solid foundation for my success. And it's something that I want to pay forward and share with others. And so again, that's what I always think about. And then like my dad shared this with me, it's kind of like there's a saying that goes, do you live to eat or do you eat to live, right? Obviously for me, I eat to live. I'm not the one that, I don't need to indulge. It's just food is food. I got more important things to do, right? So, and especially, when I was younger, that was my focus, was building my career, building my net worth, building my worth. And so those are the things that I invest my time and money in religiously. It's just That was top of mind. And again, then you input all of your living expenses, right? Your housing expenses, your food, your transportation, your health expenses, your personal and family, your finances, and other things that may be missed, you can put it there. But there's categories that are obvious when you input what your living expenses are that you can reduce and cut. And again, that's really important to have the mindset to find ways to save money. Because to me, that is my religious practice. If I can save money here, I know I can take the difference of what I save and move it here where it can grow more value or it can be better spent here. So it's absolutely important. I look at my business too where, I go as, again, I use coupons. I buy things in advance, like holiday cards. I would buy it at the end of the year after Christmas, right? To save that for next year. So it's just things like that because I'm organized. And being organized, by the way, saves you a lot of money. The challenge is, I think, by the way, that's a good habit. If you want to save money, learn to be organized, learn to be efficient. It's paid me a lot over the years. Literally, every money I save, again, $1 saved is more than $1 earned. Because again, I would have to earn like $1.40, right? Because of taxes and everything else to equal $1. So hey, there you go. So it's important where I can find savings, I'm gonna save, right? Like in areas like, for example, like eating out and especially for me, because I have a business, I can use that as a business deduction. So that's partly why you might wanna look into investing as one of the things that you wanna pay yourself first is investing in the education of starting a business, a side hustle. So something that allows for you, because the tax code, again, I'm an enrolled agent as well too, so I can speak tax to my clients, is that you can make money, deduct it as business expense, and then whatever's left you pay tax on. But if you're an employee and you get a salary, then you make money, you pay taxes, and whatever's left, you then get to spend, right? Where you have a business, again, you get to make money, spend, and whatever's left, you pay taxes on. So you have pre-tax money that you can use towards building yourself. And I'm a big proponent and I promote entrepreneurship, or not necessarily to start a business, but to think in terms of an entrepreneur, to solve problems, to find ways to generate extra income, and not just that, but find ways for you to further apply yourself, learn more, especially when we're younger. That's what it's all about, right? Because look, we'll get old one day, but you want to make sure you're in a position where you have a lot of valuable skills, you have a lot of experience, and those things will build and compound over time, and you never know where that will lead you. So anyways, so this sheet that I put together, and at the very bottom, it calculates everything for you. And this is where I want to spend some time, is that in the savings and investment category or investing category, any amount of money that you save will more than pay you dividends in the future, but it's worth a lot into the future. So for example, if you're able to save $100, actually, let me use $1,000 a month. If you're able to save $1,000 a month at a 5% rate of return if you're able to save $1,000 a month at a rate of return of 5% over 10 years, that amount would equate to $156,000, more than $156,000. And if you're able to save $1,000 a month for 10 years at a 10% annual rate of return, that would be over $206,000. So just kind of think about that as you put money into your retirement account, into your savings account, into your passive investment brokerage account. It grows over time. And that's the thing, because when we're younger, we have time on our side. And so as we focus on our careers, we can still participate in the market and put money away. So that's why, again, it's really important. And this tool kind of puts it all together for you so you can visually see it, and you can see the power of compounding and the power of just paying yourself first. And then obviously in the area of spending money wisely on yourself and on your future, well, that's priceless. I mean, I can't build a tool or a worksheet that will calculate that number, because it will pay you more than any retirement account or any account that grows 10%. I can tell you my life is exponentially better because I make good investments in myself, acquiring good skills. Like, when I first started, like public speaking, something as simple as that, learning accounting, learning so I can be an enrolled agent and practice tax and And so I can represent my clients, and it's a federal registration, right, to be a certified financial planner. So all these things are invaluable to me because it's because of those things, it opens up new doors for me, new opportunities, and it's made me a much better person overall as well too, because I'm more educated and I have more resources. So, and then again, it's really important that we do this and with information that you're able to put it all on this sheet, it then really empowers you to then realize, okay, these are the areas that, oh my God, I realize I don't do any savings. I'm not even paying myself. I never even thought about, well, at least now you know, right? And it's very sobering. I mean, especially when, you look at all the responsibilities that we have too in terms of the things that you have to pay for. Maybe that's going to sober you up and to motivate you to work harder. And just like, again, getting on a scale and realizing, oh my God, like I have a weight problem. This is really bad. And based on this, medically, I only have, I'm going to die early. And, I love my family too much to die early or have so much in my life that I want to accomplish. Being this unhealthy is not going to do it. So I'm going to start to make a plan. And so I have another video that talks about goal setting and how to do that successfully too. So there's a tool for that as well. And so this is, in my opinion, is absolutely important. And professionally, I do this with my clients too, but the tools that we use for them is definitely a lot different than this. Because this is great for me to use to coach you guys, right? College students or anybody starting off with their finances. But the tools I use are very similar because it gets for us to clearly understand our clients' finances, where their money flow is, right? Where there's areas that we can reposition, where we can take, instead of paying down more on their mortgage, we take the difference of that extra payment and reposition that towards, let's say, a long-term care policy. So if they have a major long-term care event or health event, that it would eat away at their savings. And so by taking the difference, we can guarantee that that policy will be there to pay off any of those expenses, if it happens. And so by doing that, it protects their wealth. So instead of not having that, where it would end up costing them a lot more, or repositioning that into this retirement account or this account that will pay them more. So it's all about finding out where their money flow is and where the money ends up, and seeing where we can reposition, because that's what it is. I mean, I can tell you as a financial professional, that's how I get paid. I get paid by repositioning my clients' money from this fund to that fund, and that's how I get paid, right? From commissions and fees. And I also get paid by my time, doing the assessment as well too. As a certified financial planner, I can charge for my time. So you're kind of doing the same thing, but very simply, it's very powerful that you have this, because when you have this, you can make better decisions because you know your money habits, where money flows in your finances. So you can make great decisions where okay, I'm going to do this, so I need to reposition here, or knowing this, I know I can reduce this expense, or I can do better here, I can invest better here. It's out there. It's like a dashboard. It's like flying a plane, right? Everything is there, all the instrument clusters, so you can make really good decisions. It's there like a dashboard. So when you make these financial decisions, or you're setting goals, or whatever it is, you can reference back to this. And when you're working with a financial professional or anybody that is your financial professional, like a CPA or enrolled agent that's helping you with your accounting, this is the tool that will put you above everybody else. I cannot stress this enough. It's very simple, but it's extremely powerful. I mean, take it from a practicing professional. Not many of my clients as well too even have something like this, or well, very few, but the ones that are really good, they know their numbers. And that's what I mean by knowing your numbers. This will empower you to know your numbers and where things are. So to sum it all up, now you know why people may struggle with their personal finances, just like people may struggle with their health. It's just they're not good at doing an assessment, a clear assessment on themselves. In this case, their finances and their money flow, right? I mean, when they make money, where does it flow first, right? It's really that simple. It's really telling where they prioritize their money. Do they prioritize it towards themselves, their future, or do they prioritize it towards just living in the moment today and not thinking about tomorrow. And then that's why they have problem tomorrow, right? Yeah, that's where they have problems tomorrow, I guess. I don't know how else clear I can put it. And so it's really essential that you do this and you take it very seriously. And it's actually very easy to do. Everything is calculated automatically, and everything is organized, and it's added up, and then it's all added up all together. So and it's important for you to think that, again, just for a matter of reference as well too, is that think of companies that are very successful. Again, they always pay themselves first. They reinvest in themselves, right? Like I invest in a company, I won't mention it because possibly for compliance conflicts, but I invest in a company a very large amount, and they're a growth company. So just like you are, just like I am, it's all about growth, right? So a growth company, actually even a value company, they have to focus on growth too. So there you go. But you are the same, and think of you like me. I'm my greatest investment, so I got to invest in my growth, right? So that means I got to pay myself first. I got to invest in my education. I got to acquire new skills. So it's really important. So this allows us to clearly see that this is where I'm going wrong, is that I'm not investing in myself. And so how can I expect to grow my income, my quality of life? To grow, to have more, if I'm not investing in myself, just like a company, right? Their revenue will not grow, or their market cap will not grow, or they're not going to be valuable if they don't invest in growth, right? And obviously they got to invest in operation and keeping the growth as well too. So this gives you that really good, clear understanding of that as well too. So I mean, that's my purpose of doing this and designing in this manner, is to get you to think differently and to get you to think like you are that great stock, right? That you're investing in, like an Apple, right? That's currently, or a Microsoft, right? The two largest company. Again, they invest in growth too, and so should you. And they're investing their money wisely. So, and they're very mindful of their money flow, right? And their cash flow. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please share with others, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.